Hello everyone. Take a look at this knife. After months of use, the edge has become extremely dull and struggles to cut anything properly. Today, I will show you a simple way to sharpen it using nothing more than bottle caps. Stay with the video and watch closely to see how effective this method can be. Place the knife aside for a moment and focus on the materials. Take 2 plastic bottles and remove the caps. These small pieces may not look important, but their shape is consistent and easy to work with. Set each cap on a flat piece of wood. Hold a drill steady and create a hole directly through the center of each cap. Keep the drill straight so the holes align properly later. Clean holes help the assembly stay balanced during rotation and sharpening. Now prepare the abrasive surface. Take sandpaper with a grit of 320. Cut narrow strips that match the width of the cap's outer edge. Apply a thin layer of superglue along the rim. Press the sandpaper firmly around the entire circumference. Work slowly and keep the strip tight so there are no gaps or overlaps. A smooth, even surface ensures the blade contacts the abrasive material consistently. Which country are you in while watching this DIY project? Let us know below. Set both caps aside and bring in a rectangular steel tube. Place the caps side by side along the flat surface of the metal. Align them carefully so the sandpaper edges face each other with a small gap in between. This gap will guide the blade during sharpening. Use a nail to mark the center points through the holes in the caps onto the metal surface. These marks will guide the next step. Secure the steel tube and drill 2 holes at the marked points. Keep the drill straight and steady. Clean the holes so bolts can pass through without resistance. This alignment is important. If the caps are uneven, the blade will sharpen incorrectly and lose its angle. A balanced setup produces a clean and consistent edge. Insert bolts through the caps and into the metal tube. Hold the nuts with pliers inside the tube and tighten each bolt firmly. As the bolts tighten, the caps lock into position. The 2 abrasive edges now sit parallel, forming a narrow channel where the knife edge will pass. Check the alignment closely. The sandpaper edges should face each other evenly. Now, create a handle for better control. Take 2 plastic bottle tops and cut off the upper sections. Heat the edges slightly and press them onto both ends of the steel tube. Once the plastic cools, it forms a firm grip. Screw caps onto the ends to complete the handles. This simple addition makes the tool easier to hold and stabilize during use. Set the sharpening frame aside and prepare the polishing system. Take an old bicycle inner tube and cut a circular piece. Rubber is used here because it has good flexibility and can grip tightly inside the drill chuck without slipping. It is easy to shape, and after use, it can be replaced quickly if needed. Wrap it firmly so it stays stable during rotation. Then use sandpaper to smooth and level the surface. This step increases contact area and improves adhesion, allowing the abrasive layer to stay secure and work more effectively during sharpening. Now take finer sandpaper, around 1000 grit. Cut a strip and wrap it around the rubber surface. Secure it with adhesive so it stays in place during rotation. This wheel will refine the edge after the initial sharpening stage. Small adjustments in technique can make a noticeable difference in sharpness. If you have a dull knife in your workshop or kitchen, try building this simple tool. Use materials you already have and follow each step carefully. Watch how the edge changes and test the results yourself. Return to the knife. Spray a small amount of water onto the blade. Water reduces friction and helps carry away metal particles during sharpening. Hold the knife at a steady angle and place the edge into the gap between the two sandpaper-lined caps. Begin sliding the blade forward and backward through the channel. Keep the motion smooth and consistent. Apply light pressure. The abrasive surfaces begin removing material from both sides of the edge. Instead of discarding tools when they become dull, a simple setup can restore their function. The key is understanding how the edge forms and how consistent contact improves the result. Work slowly and pay attention to alignment. Each step builds on the previous one. A stable setup, even pressure, and controlled motion produce the best outcome. Watch closely as the blade moves. The dull surface begins to change. Tiny metal particles wash away with the water. Continue this motion patiently. Do not rush. Each pass refines the edge and restores the cutting angle. Consistency matters more than speed during this step. After several passes, wipe the blade dry and inspect the edge. You can already see a cleaner, sharper line forming along the blade. The knife begins to regain its ability to bite into material. Now move to the second stage. Mount the rubber polishing wheel onto the drill. Check the rotation direction before turning it on. The wheel should move in a direction that supports the sharpening angle, not against it. Spray a small amount of water onto the blade again. Turn on the drill and bring the blade gently into contact with the rotating surface. Move the blade slowly across the wheel. This stage refines the edge and removes small burrs left from the previous step. The finer grit smooths the surface and increases sharpness. Control is important here. Too much pressure can damage the edge. Light, steady contact produces the best result. Continue polishing along the entire length of the blade. Watch how the surface becomes more reflective and even. Turn off the drill and wipe the blade clean. Hold it under the light and examine the edge. It now appears sharp, smooth, and consistent. The transformation is already visible. Now test the result. Take a sheet of paper and hold it lightly. Bring the blade down slowly. The knife slices through the paper cleanly, without tearing. The cut feels smooth and controlled. This simple test shows that the edge has been restored. Return to the coconut from earlier. Place the blade against the surface again. This time, the knife bites immediately. Simple ideas like this can extend the life of tools and reduce waste. A blade that once struggled to cut can return to full function with the right method. Keep experimenting and refining your technique. If this method helped you restore a blade, share your experience and let others see what worked for you. Stay with the channel for more practical workshop ideas that turn simple materials into useful tools.